Okay, so let me skip this. Bright star. Let me read the poem and interpret the poem briefly for you, and then we will watch the film a little for you to have a sense of the context of this poem. The poem is a sonnet. Okay, and basically the main idea is to say that, oh, bright star, I want to be as steadfast as you. That's the main message. Okay, but you know that in a sonnet, usually there is an elaboration of one central idea. So here there is this elaboration, and as I said, you need to pay attention to the key words which help with the transition of the ideas. So here it is not, no, yes, still. So these are the three words that help with the development of the ideas. Okay, so let me try to paraphrase the ideas for you. Bright star, I wish I were as steadfast as you are, okay, but not in your way, not like you in lone splendor, being alone in the sky, up above, hung aloft the night, and watching the moving waters at their priest-like task of pure ablution round Earth's human shores. Not like the star which watches the earthly waters doing the cleansing jobs of the earth. Okay, it's like looking at the sea from above, holding a cosmic view of the earth, seeing how the shores keep cleansing the earth. Okay, and here priest-like task, pure ablution. These are all, and also eremite. These are all words with religious connotation. Eremite means hermit. So the star is compared to a patient, nature's patient and sleepless hermit. Okay, so all of these is a way to suggest that the star is sacred. The star is up above, doing a kind of sacred job of watching over the earth. And then the earth is also conducting some type of religious movements of self-cleansing. Okay? So not like you watching the earth alone, or gazing on the new soft fallen mask of snow. You watch the earth either by watching its waters, or by watching the snow on the mountains and the moors. Okay, and the snow is seen as being the soft fallen mask. So the earth is presented as being very beautiful when seen from afar, with waters like laces, 好像香花边的那个水海岸。Okay, and being purified all the time. Or with snow-capped mountains, which are like wearing mask, soft fallen mask, 非常温柔的那个面具。Okay, so this is the vision of the star. No, so the speaker said that I want to be steadfast, but I don't want to be like that. Okay, yes, still steadfast, still unchangeable. I don't want to be like you, but I want to be steadfast and unchangeable like you. And this is what the speaker wants to do. Pillowed upon my fair love's ripening breast, to feel forever its soft fall and swell, awake forever in the sweet unrest, still to hear her tender taken breath, and so live forever, or else soon to death. Okay, so here there is another kind of steadfastness, which is kind of based on transience. So this is another great love poem, which shows how there is always a conflict between our need or our desire for eternal love, for unchanging love, but our awareness is changing all the time, and human beings are dying every day. Okay, so the expressions of transience is, through the expressions of the fair love's ripening breast, which is always in motion. Every moment, with every of its breaths, it's always changing. Okay, soft fall and swell, and sweet and breath, and tender taken breath. Okay, and soon to death. So at the end, the speaker shows that he is aware that they either live ever, forever, or soon to death, or die immediately. Okay, so there is this contrast between the slope or the hills, seen from afar, from above. Okay, and the moving waters, which circle the earth, or circle the earth. And then here is the another kind of hills of the lover's breast. Okay, so you can see that imagistically, 就在意象上来说，前面讲的那个 soft fallen mask of the hills of the mountains， 和后面讲的那个爱人的那个胸部，它事实上在意象上是连结的，是平行的。Okay, but then the idea of transience of the lover is a big contrast to the immovability of the mountains. How the mountains last a lot longer than a lover. Okay, and this is Keats. I think Keats is keenly aware of the contrast between immortality and mortality, partly because of his own short-lived life. Like what I said last time, the second-generation romantic poets command very short span of life. Keats died at the age of 25, Shelley 29, and Byron is a bit longer, but only 36. So they all die very young. It's like a brilliant star dying, falling very soon. Okay, so basically, I don't want to go deeper into the interpretation, but here I wrote down my interpretations of paradoxes, poetic form, and how, in terms of the rhyme, it is Shakespearean, but in terms of the form, the idea, organization of idea is Italian, 就是86。好，可是它的那个，它最有趣的是那个它的那个 EFG 这边有一个对 swell， 这个 swell 这个字和其他的完全都没有 rhyme。above, est, breath, death， 可是这个这边没有 rhyme。Okay, so I think at the end, what is not rhymed, can stand out to be something incongruous. When he ponders over the issue of life and death. Okay, let me show you the context. Keats wrote this poem in 1819, and some people say that this is the last poem he wrote. Okay, and after that he moved on to Italy to receive the kind of weather treatment because he had tuberculosis, and then people say that the weather in Italy is more is warmer, so it's better for people with tuberculosis. But he's aware that he's leaving Fanny Brown forever. Remember last time I told you that Fanny Brown later on got married, but she hides the letters, keep the letters Keats wrote to her for herself till after she died and her husband died, and then her children released the letters. So throughout her life, the latter part of Fanny Brown's life in marriage, she kept to herself her love with Keats. Okay, so the short-lived relation between Fanny Brown and Keats, I think it's about just 4 years. It's also the best moment in Keats' poetic creation. A lot of poems, the odes, were all written in that period of time. And I think that because of Keats' keen awareness of death, her brother, if you see the film Bright Star, you know that her brother died first of tuberculosis, and then he had it. So Keats is always aware that nothing beautiful can last forever. Nothing pleasant can be, forever. So here I'm quoting just one stanza from Ode on Melancholy, where he talks about how melancholy, is with beauty. 忧伤和美丽是在一起的 ，beauty that must die, and joy 好像是一个人一样，永远在说 goodbye. always, whose hands is ever at his lips, bidding adieu. Aching pleasure nigh, pleasure turn to poison, while the bee mouse sips. 就一旦是那个蜂蜜去采了蜜，蜜就立刻变成是 poison. Okay, so this is an example of his keen awareness of paradoxes of life. That 祸福相至，是不是？祸福相生。The positive and negative always come together. Okay. Okay, so let me show you a little bit of bright star. 声音可以小一点。Okay, I think that with this awareness of this understanding of a bit of Keith's life, then the Bell Down Submerged can be read differently. Actually, a lot of critics have read it differently instead of just seeing it as a story of bad dream. Okay, in the story it shows that the knight meets a lady who is wild, who speaks a foreign language, who provides who is decorated decorated with flowers, and then the whole thing is like in a fairy world, in a happy place, etc. But then all of a sudden the knight falls asleep to see that there are a lot of knights and kings pale and say that La Belle Dame Submergée. But in the dream, La Belle Dame, the beautiful lady, is very kind to the knight. So how come the La Belle Dame Submergée? Does she bewitch him? What is the relation between the two? I think this simple story, this is a ballad. So here we come back to medieval ballad. Okay, so with a very simple story, but very impressive language, and also the frame of a dream. 有一个框架是用梦来做框架，然后这个梦外面又有一个 narration， 一个speaker says speak to the knight, and then the knight tells the story. So there are double frames. Okay, so what does a dream within the story means? What does it symbolize? Is it just about a strange lady, a cruel lady, la femme fatale, fatal woman? Or are there other possible symbolic readings? Okay, so I'm not going to interpret the poem. I have marked the structure for you. I think the language is very easy, so you can read it yourself. The first three stanzas has the speaker asking the knight, why is he so pale? The only thing that might be difficult for you is the use of flower. To say that you have lily on your brow and fading rose on your cheek, I think all of that suggests that the knight is honorable but pale, very pale. Okay, pale as the white lily or fading rose. Okay, so basically the speaker is asking the knight, what happened to you? Why are you so lost and so pale? Wandering alone in this in autumn. In this harvest season. So there is a contrast between the desolation of the night and the sense of harvest. Okay? And then the knight starts to describe the lady, with images of flower, sweet roots, her song, her moan, her wildness, her foreign language, and there are repetitions of the word fairy, fairy song, fairy child, to suggest that this lady is not a normal lady. Okay? And then, there are descriptions of how the lady, the Belle Dame, serves the knight with honey, with manna dew, etc. And then all of a sudden, the knight dreamed, and in his dream, it becomes a last dream. It seems that after that he is sleepless. Okay, and it becomes all of a sudden what is so beautiful, the world which is so beautiful, turns all of a sudden to nightmare. Try to visualize it yourself. Okay, on the cold hillside, and this for me is the most terrible stanza in the whole poem. It has the same effect as the Ancient Mariner. Remember last time when we watched Pandemonium, then Coleridge describes the North Pole, as being eyes everywhere, and then there were eels in the water, etc. And a very terrible scene of the North Pole. And here the knight sees pale kings and princes, pale warriors, death pale were they all, and they cry, La Belle Dame sans Mercy, had you in thrall. Okay, so here it seems that more than just this knight suffer from the same type of obsession or loss, loss after obsession. Okay, and then all of these people, they have starved lips, and then their warning, with horrid warning, gape wide. So their lips are dry, and they seem to be always giving warning. So the focus here is on the mouth of those knights. It's almost like a grotesque film. You see a group of people, sending curses to the knight, and then all of a sudden the camera zoom into the mouth, all the terrible mouths to say La Belle Dame sans Mercy repetitively. Okay, and then he wakes up from the nightmare to find that he is on the cold hillside. So what happens in the dream is the same with the scenery of the dream is the same with what he finds himself, where he found himself. Okay, all cold hillside. Okay, and that's why he starts to roam around, in this place where the sages wither and no birds sing, in a very desolate place. Okay, and wait, I see. Okay, and though the sages wither from the lake and no birds sing, is a repetition of the first stanza. The sage was withered from the lake and no birds sing. So why does the speaker or the knight say the same thing? Say the same thing as the speaker? Does this show that he lost his mind? He has lost his mind, or is it a way to reinforce what really is there in the scenery that is so desolate, etc.? Okay, and here the interpretations I'm providing you, there are different possible readings because the plot is so simple. There can be different symbolic readings of this pursuit. It can be a pursuit of love, for kids, because although Fanny Brown is so beautiful, it's just impossible for them to stay together. So there's a curse on them, and then they have to be awakened and then part from each other. Or it can be, a kind of unrequited love, okay? Or it can be a quest for some ideal. Some people would say that it's actually about art, the pursuit of art. Or something else. Okay, so I think here you have a lot of freedom to do your own interpretation. Okay, let's take a break. After the break, we'll move on to Shelley, Ozymandias.